Hey, Mike Crosby here with Crosby Brothers Pool and Spa with another instructional video to help you out with your pool ownership. Last time we did some videos on some hot tub stuff. Well, now we're going to get into some pool videos since spring is right around the corner. Now, we get a lot of people coming in our store. They have a sand filter that talk about having a common problem where they get water leaking out of their backwash hose. Maybe it's just a small drip, or maybe it's a steady stream, and they're not too sure what to do about it or what causes it. So hopefully this video will help you out. So here in front of me I have one of the most common Hayward multi-port valves, and I've got a male adapter in here just like you probably have on yours at home, except for you've probably got backwash hose attached. Well, what happens is there's different chambers in this valve that are separated by a gasket. Now when that gasket starts to wear out or one of the ribs starts to turn or break down, then water will get by into the next chamber and more often than not will come out your backwash hose. So I've already got the screws off the top of this one. Hayward's changed their valve over the years, but here's those different chambers that I was mentioning. And then in this particular setup, Hayward has seated the gasket in the top of the multi-port valve. So this is part of a key assembly. The gasket is molded to the key assembly. So in this situation, if we needed to replace this gasket to correct the problem, you would actually buy this key assembly, either just this with the stem, or we do sell it whole like this so that you don't have to worry about trying to put the spring and the non-metallic bearing and everything in there. So it's all just one unit, go home, swap it out, problem fixed. But some of you might have a style that uses a 5-spoke window gasket or a 3-spoke, depends on the brand. We see a lot of these because that's what was sold for many, many years, is valves where the gasket was seated in the bottom of the housing itself, and you would see like channels in there. So if you've got water coming out of your backwash hose, step one is going to be remove all the screws around the top of your valve. Now usually the manufacturers are kind enough to key the valve so that you can't get the positions mixed up. So you'd see like on Hayward here there's a knockout so that the valve can only go together one way. So we open this up, you'd inspect, you'd probably find a rib turned or the gasket breaking down. Just take a flathead screwdriver, pry out the gasket, scrape out the channels, clean it up as best as you can. Because the next step is going to be to use a sealant to seat the gasket. We get a lot of folks that come in, they'll buy these, they'll forget to put sealant in, they'll go home, put a new gasket in. Not only is the problem not solved, but a lot of times that gasket will come loose, turn, get wadded up. Next thing you know, they're right back to square one. So make sure that you pick up some sealant. We like to use some real nice clear RTV silicone. We do stock it here at our store. You can find it on our website, or you can contact us and we can help you find it. So once you've got your channels all cleaned out on your style valve, you're going to put a little bit of silicone down in those grooves. Take your gasket, push it into place, and go around and push on all the ribs, push on the outside. Try to get that sealant to squish out. What I like to do when you're putting one of these gaskets in is I'll go ahead after putting it in, attach the valve, put all the screws on, and let it sit for a couple seconds so that there's equal pressure, because this is spring loaded. It's going to push down on that gasket. That'll push any extra sealant out, you know, if you accidentally use a little bit too much. Then what you can do is take the top back off, clean up, because you don't want any sealant sticking to the top of the key. So you clean up all the extra silicone or adhesive, whatever you're using there, then put the valve back together and let it sit overnight. Everyone's got their own opinion. I like to let it sit, let that stuff dry so that the problem's fixed and you don't have to deal with opening that up again. That should cure your problem. Now there is a lot of different brand valves, a lot of different gaskets. We can definitely point you in the right direction. You can contact us, email us, tell us what type of filter, the brand you have, and we'll see if we can help you out or find a local source for you that can. But that's what's causing your backwash hose to leak water, is 99.9% of the time it is a bad gasket. So thank you for watching our video. We're going to do many, many more for you. Hopefully we can help educate you and master your ownership in pools. Thank you very much.